Hello there, my friends. It's Dave Wood, and as I'm sharing today's information with you, I want you to focus on the lifestyle that you want to create, stepping into a new future that's full of the wealth and the freedom that you want. Really begin to see it in your mind's eye and feel the feelings of what it's like to put the custom key into the lock of the front door of your new home, turn the handle, and step inside. As you walk and you look out over the beautiful view, enjoying the environment around you, think back to the decision that you make today now, and realize that as you're making the decisions that you make right now, you can powerfully change the future and become the incredible human being that you are created to be. In today's transformative episode of The Daily Shortcut, you're going to learn how you can live powerfully with the resources that you have right now in a sustainable way by resolving in this moment with me to develop financial intelligence and manage the resources that you have wisely. Today, I spent some time going through Chapter 8 of Resolved Twice, titled Finance Resolved to Develop Financial Intelligence. And as I break down some of the ideas I studied, pay attention, because if you write a thoughtful, detailed comment sharing what you've learned and resolved in the comments below, you'll enter in to win a free copy of the book shipped to your house on me, and even the shipping will be on me for that. And if you write the best comment before tomorrow's episode is released, we'll give you the $100 just for being awesome and masterminding with us to create powerful financial breakthroughs. Sometimes when I'm reading, I go back through a section or a chapter multiple times, taking notes, because my goal isn't to finish quickly. My outcome is to learn and apply what I'm reading in my life and develop my personal power as I form the ideas I'm studying into a daily shortcut I can give you, giving you the power to invest into your own mind and multiply your ability to create wealth. On growing, Orrin Woodward says this. He says, "Without investing in personal development, a person is as good as he'll ever get." Well, all forms of personal growth have the power to be transformational. The nations and peoples of the world have a desperate need for financial education and intelligence to change our future in a beautiful story that we can co-create together now. All we need to do to understand the need for financial education is look at the decline of savings in North America and the increase in debt that's spiraling out of control, not just in governments around the world, but personal and business debt too. We spend a majority of our early life learning from people who are in greater financial peril than our parents. And today, the average family is working harder for less and less money as the wealth of the world continues to transfer into the hands of fewer and fewer people. Now, the best part of seeing this now is that if you're seeing this episode or experiencing it through audio live, it's a special day. Because tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, you can get private access to the pre-release viewing of our new Internet Profits Acceleration Training if you have access to the Total Shortcut system. Not only are you going to powerfully understand how to make better decisions with the money you have right now, I'm going to help you make a lot more money a lot faster, starting tonight. More on that a little bit later. I remember one time I was at a seminar with Eric Worre when he was building Agile Enterprises in 2007, and he was recounting a story of the first time he had made $1 million in a year as a network marketer. He said, "Guess what I did the first time I made $1 million? I spent it." Eric had to learn like I did, the hard way. I laughed when Eric said that because I thought it was ludicrous. I was thinking, I would never do anything like that. But guess what I did the first time I made $1 million? I spent it. That was before I ever owned a company or anything, selling other people's stuff online. What I learned was that increase in income doesn't get rid of bad financial patterns. It just magnifies them. It makes them get more out of control. I was recently in a mastermind in my penthouse suite in Dallas, Texas. And one of the gentlemen who paid for the mastermind verbalized a mind virus I often hear repeated through modern society. In fact, I could call this the poverty disease. He stated emphatically, David, if I could just make another $1,000 a month, everything in my life will change. Now, how many times have you heard that stated or something like that? Or maybe even you've said it yourself. I know that I have. As I quoted that, didn't you happen to unconsciously agree? Tell me in the comments and let me know if you also have been infected by the if I just have more things, my life will change virus, thinking our financial situations will always change. If we just have more money, we have more stuff, we have more resources, it prevents us from making a wise decision with the resources that we have in our life right now. When people don't save making $2,000 a month, they don't save making $200,000 a month either. I know that what you're thinking is that's ludicrous, probably, because before I ever made $200,000 in a month, that sounded like the most ridiculous thing in the world, but I would never do that. But what about lottery winners? Aren't they just like you and I? Shouldn't they stay fantastically and ridiculously wealthy if simply having more money for no reason resulted in a complete change of our previous own self-destructive patterns? Earlier this year, in January of 2016, there were several winners of a $1.5 billion Powerball jackpot. And don't we all wish it was us? Well, here's the thing. Research actually shows that all of them are likely to go completely broke within 5 years. Well, why? According to the National Endowment for Financial Education, about 70% of people who win a lottery or get a big windfall of money end up broke in a few years. I've learned through both amazing experiences that have happened to me personally and also by watching my close friends that your world will always collapse or expand back to the size of the person creating it, which is actually a good friend of mine who's generating that size. You may have heard of that friend. His name is you. Let's change the world by changing ourselves first. And we change by acknowledging our world as it actually is right now and acknowledging that the reason it's like that is because of the person who's paying attention to this episode. Realizing that lesson number 1 in financial intelligence is what I call the pattern principle. And I could briefly describe the pattern principle like this. It says whatever pattern that you run on a small scale, you'll run on every scale, not just a small scale. The problem is not the scale, it's the pattern itself. You can change the pattern by changing yourself. And the beautiful thing is that you have the power to change. I heard a story once from a wise old man about a brother of his that began his life with a radical vision to change the entire world. He told my old wise friend, "Brother, I'm gonna change the world." As he began to age and grow in frustration, receiving setback after repeated setback, his vision shrank down, and so did his goal as one decade passed without success and then another. Once again, enthused in his 50s, he told my wise old friend, "Brother, I'm so pumped up, I'm gonna change our country." He shrank his dream to the size of the results that he thought he could get. Why? Well, let's continue the story. As the years passed by and the country continued to behave in the same way, the brother grew tired and began to wear down. So in his 60s, his dream wasn't quite so massive. So he decided to once again adjust his passions down to a level congruent with his current beliefs. And he talked to my wise old friend yet again, saying, "Brother, I'm so pumped up, I'm going to change our state." He found enthusiasm inside and once again set out on a bold quest to get his state to change outside of him, facing yet again the same pattern as the people strangely continued to behave in the same kind of way. Growing older as the passing years of frustration began to wear down on his soul, he shrank his outcome yet again in his 70s with a little less enthusiasm and energy left. He set out to change his city, and then he set out yet again a little bit later to change his church in his 80s, and they wouldn't change either. So my wise old friend's brother set out on yet another quest as he entered into his 90s. His enthusiasm for change making him survive multiple health challenges. And this time, he was going to change his family. Then one day, a little older, he was holding his brother's hand, breathing his last few breaths, looking in his brother's eyes. And with tears running down the sides of his cheeks, he said, "I should have changed myself. Because if I would have changed, my family would have changed. If my family had changed, my church would have changed. If my church had changed, my city, it would have changed. My state would have changed, which would have changed the country. And brother, I could have changed the world. I could have." With tears running down his worn, old cheeks and feeling naked, yet somehow powerful, his brother reached down and grasped his dying hand. And then something happened that changed everything. In fact, it changed the world. What did my wise old friend say to his dying brother? How exactly did it change the world? Well, tomorrow in Freedom Now with Financial Intelligence, Part 2, you're not just going to learn how the story ends. You're going to learn 10 secrets to making wise financial decisions that will allow you to compound your wealth, creating a freedom lifestyle right now with the resources that you currently have. So here's what I want to know. What happened in the story? How did the world change? And how are you going to change your life now by applying these principles? Claim your bonuses right now and begin to think about setting a pattern right so you can create the wealth that you want in a sustainable way, and your success pattern that you have now magnifies bigger as your wealth grows bigger too. And be sure to join us tonight in the private members only broadcast of the premiere of episode 1 of the Internet Profits Acceleration Training, where I'm going to break down the structure of how our whole wealth lifestyle creation system works. At 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, those of you who are members of the Total Shortcut system are going to get a private invite link. Get the popcorn out, grab a notebook, and come in your pajamas as I walk you through how to create your dream lifestyle, beginning a transformation that will spread across the world, starting with the place where we have the power to change now, which is you and I. And you are a divine creation and have the power to get wealth placed in your beautiful hands. And I'll show you how to begin doing that with me tonight as we begin our journey. I'll see you at 9 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow as well with episode 8 of The Daily Shortcut. Who's going to win today's prize? Let me know in the comments.
Hey, it's Dave Wood again, and I wanted to congratulate you for taking one more step towards your dreams by receiving your daily bonus materials. My vision in these daily videos is to inspire 1 million people to build a lifestyle business through applying these daily strategies. If you continue watching them every day by opening every email and paying attention to this content, my promise to you is that you're going to transform your knowledge and your personal power, and you're going to step into a new kind of a future. So here's how it works. Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, check your email and watch the video that we send you. And I'll share with you what I'm learning personally and applying in my own business. I want to help you apply today's lesson, so I've developed free bonus resources that you can download right now. In your first daily bonus, I'm going to give you a free PDF workbook that will help you take these concepts and immediately apply them to increase your income and to maximize your time freedom, taking your breakthroughs to the next level. For your second daily bonus, you're going to get instant access to an audio download of today's lesson that you can listen to in your car and allow these lessons to feed your unconscious mind, helping you step into your personal power and create what you actually want in your life. And for your third daily bonus, I'm going to show you how you can make money with us as you're learning and implementing these daily strategies. I'll even show you how you can create a part-time income. How can you do that? You start by building a brand online, following our simple daily action checklist that you're going to get when you take action immediately. Hit the button and claim your bonuses right now. Make sure to enter your email that you want us to send your free bonuses to. I'm going to be taking you inside of my private mastermind with 7-figure earners in Dallas, Texas. I'm going to be traveling to the private lake in Colombia owned by Pablo Escobar, taking you out on a private yacht in the Gulf of Mexico, and even walking with you behind the scenes in our private studios as I break down the structure of my system and I give you my personal shortcut. Why? Because I want to give you the ability and power to create what you want so you can travel to the beaches of the world with your family in private charters like this one.
I hold all my secrets to creating wealth in this little black book, and I'm going to give them to you in the Daily Shortcut. And how can you get it? Click on the button below this video that says, "Give me the Daily Shortcut," and you'll get on a private list we'll notify early.
I'll even introduce you to my friend Michael, who's been earning 5 figures a week in our beta release of this shortcut when you put your email in on the page.
I'm giving you a gift right now where you're going to be able to hold my entire system to creating riches online, starting in today's Daily Shortcut. Are you ready? Click on the button right now and you'll be on my invitation list.
Let me know if you're ready to hold the secrets in my little black book in the palm of your hand, and click the button right now. As you're clicking, I'm walking along the beach, thinking about the sunlight, just like it rises in the morning and it sets in the evening as the waves of the ocean continue to roll in. So can your bank account be if you're just willing to grab the handrail of your success and take the first step with me.
I'll see you in the next episode of The Daily Shortcut.